Capricorn. Welcome to your tarot scope reading. I'm Maritza of the Sibyl Heart, and some housekeeping. I have a Patreon page now. These readings that you find on YouTube will be a shortened 3-card reading, and it sort of picks up the theme about what the reading will be about over on Patreon. If you haven't done so already, please become a member if you want. Usually 3-card readings are plenty. The other thing is that I am available for personal readings, and you can find the way to do that in the description box below. I do require that you fill out a form to request the reading, and if you need to, you can also schedule. More importantly, the personal readings are always free. So, with all of that aside, what messages do you have for Capricorn? We have the 3 of Wands, we have the 2 of Swords, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the first thing I'm noticing is that all 3 of these cards are standing very still. Oh, there's some activity going on here at the bottom of the 3 of Wands. But other than that, the figure is standing pretty still, looking out onto the horizon. And then the 2 of Swords is sitting on a bench, standing still with 2 crossed swords. And the water behind them is very, very still. There isn't even a ripple to be seen. And the sky is very clear. Everything is still. The wind is still in the 2 of Swords. And then the Knight of Pentacles is known for being still or going at a very slow pace. So there's a need for being still, and perhaps being able to listen to the quiet. The interesting thing that's coming up right now is that the Knight of Pentacles is an Earth sign card, so certainly Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. But also, although this Knight of Pentacles is standing still, they're still being active. They're on a horse. They're going towards something, but right now they're probably, what am I trying to say? They're probably trying to figure out which direction to go. And we could say that about all 3 cards, actually, where the 3 of Wands is looking out to the horizon, and it seems to me, at least through this reading, that the figure in the middle here is trying to make the decision whether they should stay or go. And I get the feeling that they want to make the decision to go, but there's still some uncertainty about it. And then for the 2 of Swords, they have a decision to make. They have 2 choices. They can do or not do, right? And then in the Knight of Pentacles, they're trying to figure out which way to, which direction to take. So we've got, I want to say we've got the planning part, we've got the planning, and then sort of the thing that comes with planning, where you want to make it as easy as possible, but sometimes it's not that easy to figure it out. So like an itinerary, you have the basic schedule of what you want to do on a given day, but then I feel like what the Two of Swords is asking, at least in that sort of context, is, are you leaving room for things to change? Are you allowing your plans to be a bit more adaptable, rather than just, this has to happen at this time and this has to happen at this time, and there's no flexibility, and that could cause even more trouble than it's worth. And then the Knight of Pentacles is like the one that achieves the end goal, but then tries to figure out, okay, then what comes next after that? Because that's just as important, to figure out what to do after the achievement of the goals. Is there a desire to continue? Is that the end? Is reaching the end goal the end, or will you continue to find growth or look for ways to continue the journey? Another way I'm looking at these three cards is, well, I'm looking at the Three of Wands, and I'm like, the question that keeps coming up is, what do you want? What do you want from your life? What do you want from this reading? What do you want from a week from now? Or even like, do you have any want to do anything? Or do you want to stay where you are? I'm getting a sense that the Three of Wands is more about like movement and or wanting to move. Not just like physically, but like maybe you want to progress forward, but there's something that is keeping you locked in where you are. And then with the Two of Swords, very similar energy. What do you need to do in order to find the progression that you're looking for? The Knight of Pentacles is, what I'm hearing from him is that, are you ready to receive and work with what your life is giving you? Or another way to interpret this is, are you ready to receive the messages from your psyche, from synchronicity? I know many Capricorns who don't like talking about synchronicity because it feels mystical and weird and too outside of reality for them. But there's a certain wisdom that you're looking for that is only found through listening to your psyche, your inner self. Or another way to do that is by paying attention to things like the main and major way is through dreams. And one way that I'm interpreting that through through the Knight of Pentacles is the pentacle itself here, which lately, not always, but more recently has been reminding me of a dream catcher or a mandala, where it's used as a way to connect to the inner source or the psyche, which the main way that we communicate with the psyche is through dreams, but also through stuff like tarot readings or creating art or music or poetry. The list is endless. As a Capricorn, are you willing to listen to those messages coming from Psyche and willing to kind of emphasize or underline the synchronistic events, let's say, that kind of make certain moments feel big for you? I will say this. I will be very surprised if the Capricorn reading gets more than 15 views. I think Capricorns have a natural tendency to stay away from stuff like tarot reading, so yeah. That is the 3-card reading. You can see the extended version on Patreon, which you can find the link in the description box. And thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. Please subscribe to the channel. Become a member if you want to Patreon, and give this video a like. Leave a comment if anything has bubbled up for you. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.